Hey guys, welcome back to Ashley's Homestead Adventures. We are at the Central Oregon farm, and remember that conversation that we had that I was going to try to update you guys on the Oregon farm and what was going on here, and try to be better about sharing the good, the bad, the ugly. Well, here it is. It is 6 o'clock in the evening. I just got off work. You probably might catch a glimpse of some dog hair going on up here. It's my job and it's part of my lifestyle. Dog hair is a condiment in my world. The girls are all around me, dancing around me. It's dinner time. The sheep are screaming. It's time for them to be fed. But I thought, you know what? It's the last day of June, and I'm just going to show you what's going on the farm and explain to you what it looks like when you have two farms across the country and you're moving. So here we go. I'm going to flip you guys around and let's go on a walk. So the first thing that I think we'll do is we're just going to walk over and take a look at some very floppy rhubarb. All of my tulips are now gone. I just have some alliums left that are blooming. I've got some surprise garlic coming up from last year, which is kind of cute. I must have missed a clove. That to me looks like a surprise lily that might show its face. Tons and tons of weeds. I need to come through and take out, cut off these tulips that are here. I got back from Arkansas and my rhubarb went from barely poking out of the ground to 4.5 feet tall, bolted, set seed, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna let it do its thing and love it. But as you can see, things are not getting watered as normally as they would be if I was on top of my game. So there's that. There's just only so much time in the day. Missy Rescue's having her evening stroll with me. The alliums are beautiful though. Look at these. I just think they're so pretty. They're almost done. But the rhubarb is huge this year. We had the 2 weeks that I was in Arkansas, it was all but 3 days of rain here. So everything kind of just went crazy. It looks like we've got some lilies happening there. But all these tulips need to be taken out. The front little barrels are looking okay. The hops, oh my God, the hops went crazy. So did the weeds. So this is the tulip bed on the other side of the driveway. My flower beds in front of the house are looking pretty darn good. In my flower baskets, I lost some flowers due to freezes, and I'll have to fill in some spots in the baskets. But it's looking pretty spicy, and I'm pretty happy. I'm super excited about the lily bed. Just that was kind of an experimental thing. I had a whole bunch of lilies that I put in pots, the bulbs in pots, and then I forgot about them until like last fall, and they were half dead, and so I just stuck them in the ground and said, oh, it'll do what it'll do. And they did amazing. But check out these hops, you guys. These are Cascade. They're going on about, I'm 5 foot tall, and I come to right here, and they go all the way up there. So I'm gonna say 8-9 feet tall, maybe. Rescue, please get out of the flower bed. Thank you. So the hops are doing good. The rhubarb here is crazy. This is my oldest rhubarb. But aren't there blooms just beautiful? And when I left, I thought I didn't have any asparagus, and now look at the asparagus. It's probably 4 feet tall. So that's awesome. Obviously we didn't pick any to eat this year. We're just gonna let them go to seed and do their thing. I need to go in and weed this bed. This bed is horribly weedy, out of control. But the hops look amazing. The rhubarb looks amazing. It'll bounce back after a good water. And I need to try to untangle the asparagus from being strangled by the hops. But again, there's only so much time in the day. This bed, believe it or not, is not planted. Those are all weeds. This is the ugly part, folks. These 2 beds are not planted, all weeds. Have not gotten to planting anything in them yet. This bed has strawberries there, and this is all mint. What I haven't pulled out, this was 3 times the size. It was taking up almost half the bed. But as you can see, the weeds are doing just as good or better than the mint. These are all weeds that need to be pulled. This is a strawberry bed that the chickens got a hold of and dug it up and tilled it up, and so it should have been full, but it just didn't recuperate. But we have strawberries in here. We've got nice cute little blossoms, and so that's really cool. Excuse my shadow. This is an entire strawberry bed, nothing but strawberries in here. This is its 2nd year, and I feel like it did really well, considering our winters are so harsh. I mean, the lowest temperature that we had this year was, I think, -24. So considering that they were neglected and didn't get mulched because we were shopping for a new house, I think they did really well. I let them mulch themselves. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of the remnants of the, leaves and dead stuff that I'm just letting go back to the earth. Oh, there's a weed. There's another weed. I'll try not to get too distracted by the weeds today while I'm making this video for you. But lots of good growth and some flowering on these, so that's exciting. No strawberries yet. But lots of blossoms. Another weed. The lasagna garden is just neglected. Nothing's happening there. Everything's all grown up. I have, been out with the weedy whacker and been doing some weedy whacking when I can, but it's just overgrown right now, and I don't even know at this point if it's going to get planted, but every day is a new day. So the garlic actually looks really good. This is how tall it is, and it's starting to die back, so I'm going to start pulling cloves, and I might just do that with you guys right now. Might just find a nice big garlic stalk here and see. Pull it up. Could probably go quite a bit longer. It's got probably 4 cloves in there is all. So what I'll do is experiment with this. Stick it right back in the ground. Give it more time, and then I'll leave the rest of the bed alone for another month or so. I do have exciting stuff. This is my horseradish, you guys. I am so excited about that. I got that from a very dear friend of mine last year, gave me a couple pieces and said, just plant it, it's super easy. And by golly, I got horseradish. So that's exciting stuff. More garlic here. Kind of came up a little bit more sparsely. I have, oh my goodness, you guys, I have a garlic scape. I am so eating that for dinner. So the garlic scapes, this part here, you can actually cut these off and saute them in, you know, your vegetables or your meat, and you can just eat them. You can eat them raw, and they taste just like garlic. So that's exciting, and I've got several on this bed. So that's an exciting little surprise that I hadn't noticed yet. I went through and weeded these beds, but I didn't notice the garlic scapes. Look at those guys. How exciting. My thyme came back and it went to flower, which is good. It's doing its thing. I'm not using a whole bunch of fresh herbs right now because you're gonna see in a minute that I don't really have much of a kitchen. Sage is doing beautifully. This is all sage. We grow a lot of sage because we make our own sausage when we process our pigs. And sage is a very highly used ingredient in making sausage. So I do grow a lot of sage. So these all came back and are doing beautifully. They flowered because I didn't prune them to stop them. And that's okay. I'm all right with it. More beautiful, the better. And it, my goodness, it smells so good. Okay. So more garlic here, and then some flowers, some petunias, and some sweet alyssum, and my lilies. My lilies are coming right along. And it's just so exciting that this mini came up. So anyway, those beds are looking good. This is the new stove. That is, it's not new, it's used to us. But we had some very generous friends that said if you clean it, you can take it. And we went, okay. So there you have it. Porch is looking all cleaned off and tidy. There is one side, and there is the other side, which is a relief, to say the least. And this porch is all cleaned off. So that's good. We are getting things done, folks. It's just slow and steady. Carmi, that's Missy Karma. She's our old lady barn cat. She doesn't do much anymore. Carmi, you want to say hi to the people? Not really. She's kind of antisocial. She has hyperthyroid and she pretty much just lays around most days. Want to go inside? So here's my house. We have a new sink being installed here soon. I still have cabinets to clean, but I have cleaned all of the logs, mopped all the floors. The only animal that's left in here is the Carmi. She comes and goes, and this is where her food is. And I really, her being an old cat, I really don't want to change that. So I'm trying to keep her food and her litter box in here and keep her routine smooth, because if any of you have ever moved with a cat, you know that moving tends to scare them away. And then, you know, you take the risk of not being able to find them to load them and having to make the extremely hard decision to leave without them. And I do not want to make that decision. I've had this little girl since she was about 4 weeks old, and she is now 12 or 13, and she's a lifer here, and I want to take her with me. So we're trying to keep her life as much the same as we possibly can. Here is the bedroom. I do have to wash windows, but you're probably wondering, Ashley, where are you sleeping? I will show you, friends. I will show you. The newly done bathroom, new floor, new toilet, new vanity, new mirror, new light fixture. So that's exciting. New laundry room floor. Same old washer and dryer, just clean. And the cool barn, sliding barn doors. That Mr. Wonderful built for the pantry. So that's pretty cool. So a whole new pantry with doors, which is really quite beautiful when it's all closed. To see if I can get a good view of it for you. So he did an amazing job, and I'm very thankful for his handiwork. Upstairs, it's all done. Just the TV left. It's super dark up here. So just the TV left. And the second TV. So the house has all been empty. It's very echoey in here. Go back outside. That is my home, you guys. That motorhome right there. That's where I am residing. That's where I'm sleeping and showering and eating and doing all my stuff. And then of course, that's where I work. So we got all this all cleaned up and spread chips so that we have a parking area to keep things pretty nice, and created more space in the driveway to kind of create more of an open feel, which is really good. We're gonna get screamed at by sheep, so just be prepared. The rabbit tree is getting emptier. We have no more babies on mamas. Unfortunately, we did have a loss. We believe that Vixen had a heart attack, and we lost her. My beloved Flemish buck has been rehomed, and he is in a wonderful new home. So we are down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 does and 2 litters, as well as Joplin actually had 1 little buck, silver fox buck, and so he's in the back in Metal's old cage. So it's dirty in here. I still haven't gotten, you know, that's the joy of having raised cages, is you don't have to worry about the feces being on the ground. I mean, I wish that I had time to utilize them and put them in my garden, but I just haven't had time yet. But they are here if the time does present itself to me. So let's go feed some sheep. Oh, but before we do, the turkey pen is empty. I rehomed all of my turkeys, and we have only 5 chickens left. I have rehomed all of my chickens, so we just have, these are the 2 that we hatched out. There is a pullet and a cockerel in there, a girl and a boy. Pullets, young hens are called pullets, and young roosters are called cockerels. And so that's what we have left. In this pen, there is 1 hen in that big pen, and then we've got 2 roosters running around. My beloved Rico, and then also Roddy, Rhubarb Rock. So now let's go feed some sheep so we can maybe be in a little bit of peace. You're not hungry, are you? Jesus, Henry. So I have to go get hay real quick, and I need 2 hands to do that because Henry is upset. He needs to be fed. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, Henry's happy. You happy now, Henry? Big guy? Yeah? So as you can see, Henry is still woolly. I have a reason for that, other than just not having much time. Potentially we will be moving in the heat of the summer, and so I'm saving shearing until I know my date that I will be moving animals, and I'm going to shear right before I leave. You know, a day or 2, maybe a week before I leave. So there is a rhyme and reason for why he still looks like a hoodlum. Opie, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna go ahead and separate her just in case she is pregnant from the neighbor's goat getting in and them leaving him over here to have a little birthday party with her. I'm gonna go ahead and separate her just in case she's pregnant, but she's looking to me a lot like she's not. But just in case, we're gonna put her in her own stall and give her a comfortable place to kid if necessary. Well, hello boys. Here's my boys. Rico and Roddy hanging out in the barn. Girls are all stuffed in the corner eating their hay. Today's weaning day for Oreo. As you can see, she's quite large. She's 12 weeks old today. So today is weaning day for her. And everything else is sort of the same. We're getting overrun by weeds, and I'll check on the piggies here. I've got to go through and do all my nightly chores, but just wanted to take you for a walk around the farm. I mean, I know they're weeds, but at least there's some color in my life. I'm sure that the piggies need fresh water and food. They always want food. They're huge, you guys. Absolutely huge. Hey, you guys. What's shaking, Bacons? Hi. Hi. Hey. Hey. Hello. Dolly. Hey. Hey, guys. Hi, Gertie. Hi, Gertie. What did you guys do to your pan? That is no way to treat your food pan. Oh my goodness. Look at you guys. You're all muddy and happy and piggy. All right, let's feed you before you get too upset at me. Gotta be quick with these guys. Get the food in the pan. Okay. They have got it made right now. They're getting all of our leftover grains that we're not using for other animals. See if I can get this in here. Aw, got it. Hey, no need to fight, you guys. Here. I know it's broken, but I'll have to get them a new feed pan. Just one more thing needs to be fixed or changed. I'm really glad I pulled that water pan out, because that water pan that will need to be pulled out and cleaned is in there, and I'm a sissy. I don't get in with 4 large hogs, so I'm going to be cleaning that water pan and putting it right over the fence where I can reach it. So there you have it, guys. There's a evening walk on the farm and around my life. A crazy, chaotic, oh my god, I'm moving life. There's an awful lot of what in the moment feels like fails when you're moving, especially doing this kind of a big move. But you just have to keep reminding yourself that it's all for the greater good. You know, I know that right now I could be spending more time at the barn, and my pens could be cleaner, and my animals could have more time spent with them, and you know, the dogs could have the ball thrown for them more, and the cats could get more scratching, and I mean, just, you can go on and on and on. But in the end, there are sacrifices that everybody has to make in order to go to a greater good. And they have, the ones that are going, they have 5 beautiful acres of pasture that you've seen, and you know how beautiful it is and how happy they're going to be when they get there. And so you just have to continually remind yourself, without risk, there's no reward. And without goodbye, there's no hello. And you just got to keep trucking. You got to keep trucking, and you got to keep doing everything that you can every day, and know that you're behind, but it's okay. As long as you're doing something every day and you're not sitting on your duff, then, you know, you're doing the best you can with what you got. So thank you for hanging out with me today while we did a little farm tour here at the Oregon farm. And I hope you guys are having a blessed day, and I'll talk to you soon. Yours truly.